Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Monday to you all. Hopefully your weeks are off to a great start, or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully having a great day nonetheless. We continue with the latest drop from Miss Yena one time because, oh my goodness, the title track was a blast. It was a terrific time indeed. But this came with a single album, unfortunately. So we've got two other B-sides to check out on the rest of the NEMONEMO single album. I'm so excited for this. Oh my goodness. Here's the thing. I say this a lot when it comes to albums. If the title track is this good, how good are the B-sides going to be? I don't think that statement could be any truer than today, because I had so much fun with NEMONEMO, the title track. Admittedly, I did watch her episode of Unche's Star Diary from Good Morning era in between while I was uploading the MV reactions and stuff, and I continued to smile a whole bunch, and my cheeks still very much hurt from all the smiling I've done in the last 20 minutes. But I'm lost for words. I'm speechless. It was so good. It was so fun. But of course, we have B-sides, and we know Yena has range at her disposal. You know, she can do the sappier songs like Ugly Duckling from, I think that was last album, right? What was the opening song from Smartphone era that I can't remember the name of? But you know, she can do some lighter stuff. She can do some emotionally heavier stuff. She can do a little bit like a darker sound in the case of songs like Love War. Some crunchier stuff like Wicked Love. I don't know what she's got in store, but we've got two songs to check out. So let's run intro one time and get to the album listen, shall we? Here we go. And yes, I mentioned on the MV portion as well, but I need to go and update the intro reel now because Yena had a comeback. But, of course, this is an album listen. I have the credits list pulled up on the second screen. We will be reading the credits for every single song before we start listening to them because, of course, credit needs to be given where credit is due. So, let's get started. Track number one is the title track, titled NEMONEMO, as mentioned earlier. Of course, we spent plenty of time on that on its own, so we're not going to listen to it now, but I'm going to read off the credits one time. Lyrics by Ziako, Nathan, Rojo, and Gesture. Remember reading about that. I completely forgot that it was this song, though. Composition, Nathan, Hong, Hoon, Gi, Owe, Kako, Gesture, View, Enmore, and Elam, with Hong, Hoon, Gi, Nathan, Owe, and Enmore on arrangement. There are some familiar names in there. I'm going to have to genius.com it in a minute. But we move on to the first of the new B-sides. Track number 2, titled Sugar. Lyrics by Binny, stylized lowercase b, exclamation point, lowercase n, lowercase I. Interesting. Don't think I've seen you before. And Nathan. Composition, Nathan, Binny, Millennium, Lee, Bom Hoon, and Jinex, with Nathan, Lee, Bom Hoon, and Millennium on arrangement. Are we getting like cutesy Yena across the board this time around? Because I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. All the, like, the spoken elements in this is very different. It's a very light-hearted song, I think, but it's very cute. But it does have this really just like lovely side-to-side action going on. The digital instrumentation I love for a song like this, because I think it adds to the cutesiness of it. The spoken ad-libs, yeah, I think, again, they add such cool character to this song. And the very subtle woo-ah section is a really cool touch too. Yeah, even for a song with a firm like bass line, it's so light on its feet. Like, it's got this type of energy to it, right? We are off to a great start. We are off to a great start. And it's just fun. And, you know, Yena's music, for me, has always been fun. Like, even songs like Ugly Duckling, where it gets a little bit sappier, like, I'm still gonna enjoy it, because I love a ballad. But, you know, NEMONEMO into Sugar, these are two songs out of Yena's entire discography that really leans into that cutesy, charming side of her. That, if you know her kind of reality variety personality, is very evident. And, you know, her like fun personality has shone in her music. I think that's safe to say, but not to this level. At least not yet until this era, and that's crazy. That's crazy to think about. But it is a very charming song though. Like, NEMONEMO as a song, was very punchy and very in your face, very anime, very J-poppy. And I remember I mentioned QWER during that. I was going through the Reddit thread. Some people had mentioned Heartress by Nizio, their Korean debut last year, and it does fit that mold, right? Sugar isn't inherently a J-poppy song, but what it is cute. It really is cute. It's almost I don't know why it kind of gave me Grace Kelly vibes throughout certain parts, like Mika's Grace Kelly. Like, I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, be purple, I could be anything you like. Just the sensation that song gave off, I felt very heavy in Sugar, and I think it's really cool. I'm surprised though at just how creative the songs have been, because Sugar has that playfulness with all the like conversational ad-libs that have been interwoven throughout it. NEMONEMO also has that just fun factor going on with the various like cutesy moments that you get, and also the various spoken moments throughout, and it's a really creative way of showing off the personality behind the artist, and I love it. I think it's very clever. I've also was scrolling through, and I remember seeing Nathan's name on various projects before. I just couldn't remember which one. Songs like Idol's My Bag, they worked with Yena before on Hate Rodrigo, Pentagon's Daisy, Woods is Drowning. If you know me, how much I love Woods is Drowning. But, oh, Love Me Harder is on here as well. Damn. Anyways, very, very accomplished songwriter. And, well, we'll get their name once again, because this is track number 3. It Was Love, unfortunately, the final song on the album. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long for another Yena release, because I need more of this fun in my life. But lyrics by Full Bloom and Nathan. We are familiar with the people from Full Bloom. Composition, Nathan, Full Bloom, Enmore, Ho-Ho, and Hwang Sung-gyu, with Nathan, Enmore, and Ho-Ho on arrangement. Three for 3 bangers? Oh, it is a little bit slower. Never mind. It's gonna chug, isn't it? Let's go to the volume one notch, shall we? Come on. There we go. I definitely didn't miss the volume rocker. Ignore that. It's a 3 out of 3 banger album. Oh yes. And like for me, this feels very AKB. Like this is a very Japanese coded album. It's a Korean release, feels very J-poppy. I love it. And even though it's got a terrific driving beat, it takes the pre-chorus just like in NEMONEMO to just very briefly slow it down. And I think vocally, this is her least cutesy, immediately like cutesy sounding song that we've gotten on this album so far. And that's saying something. Oh, that is... It got high for a second, okay. And then, no hesitation, straight back into the chorus. Bonafide outro, hell yes. Ooh, we got a 3-part stack there at the end of it. Oh, that went by so fast. It's a 3-minute song, but it went by. It felt like a 2-minute song. That was so much fun, and it just went straight by. Do I have a window open somewhere? I might have forgotten to close a window. Any hoosers. 3 out of 3 album. Yena, much like her former leader, Miss Eunbi, whose album is back there that I'm going to be referring to right now, has shown that a 3-song single album can have a 100% track record when it comes to bangers. Like that, the Flash album, for me, is Eunbi's best project she's ever done, full stop. Just what songs does that have? It has The Flash, Comet, and Beautiful Night. 3 absolute heaters, like staples of her live sets and stuff. Yena's NEMONEMO single, exactly the same. This is, for me, her best work. It's so fun. It's so her. I could not be more pleased with this. I genuinely could not be more pleased with this. And this makes me wish this was a longer album, because I want more of whatever crack-laced fun she threw in on this album. I want more of it. And I know there's more of it somewhere hidden in the producer studios over at Yehua, whoever's in charge of her future project. I know they're hidden away somewhere. That's so good. So good. I love the very subtle like rock guitar element in there as well. It's not the centerpiece of the instrumental part, but you still feel the energy and you still feel the bite that electric guitar has. Song vocally, very high in certain places. I think in terms of vocal range, it's the highest that we hear her sing on this album. But it's also a song that doesn't utilize that I almost want to call it the uber cutesy vocal that we get on songs like, part of my short-term memory, NEMONEMO and Sugar. Like, this very much feels, in terms of the cutesiness, the most subdued vocally. Having said that, we really are just hitting J-pop after J-pop after J-pop-esque song, and I am here for it. Like, there are certain artists that do that J-poppy sound really well. Honestly, a couple of them are from the K-band world, like the aforementioned QWER from the title track, and I guess I mentioned it after talking about NEMONEMO earlier, but they're a K-band kind of composed of otakus, so to speak, like Twitch streamers, cosplayers, one's a NMB48 vocalist. They understand the kind of anime aesthetic when it comes to the sound signature. Even Lucy, while they do oftentimes very creative composition styles, they also understand that anime sound. Take, for example, their entire Insert Coin EP from last year is very video game inspired. And in the K-pop world, someone, you know what, let's mention Yena. You know, she's a veteran of the industry and really made a name for herself over in Japan, so she understands that Japanese sound. But honestly, out of like the 4th gen soloists, a couple have attempted this like J-poppy sound, but for me, this entire NEMONEMO project is going to be a standout for me. It genuinely is, because it's got everything you want from a J-pop release. It's bright, it's happy, it's loud, it's fast. And then you pair that with the personality, the just enjoyable personality of Yena that's just been so beautifully interwoven into the music. It's a recipe made for success. Wow. I thought, like, Wiz Ones were having a great week with, they had a little bit of a get-together. Whose birthday was it recently? It was someone's birthday, and they had a get-together. And it was, who was it? It was Chaewon, Eunbi, Yena, Minju, and... gosh, I've forgotten who the 5th member was now. There was a 5th member involved in that picture. And I remember thinking, oh, yes, IZ*ONE Crumbs, I'm so here for it. And then all of a sudden, this album drops out of nowhere, and it's like, I thought I couldn't be any happier. Turns out I was wrong, because we've just reached an extra level of happiness. Thank you, Miss Yena. Always one to bring the smiles to the table and to the crowd. This entire album has brought me immense amounts of joy, and I am very happy with this. Well done, Miss Ma'am. That was brilliant. But that is where I'm going to be leaving it for today. Thank you all for listening along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today. Let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world. Whether it be, checking in with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.